Wonderhussy here, coming to you live from the middle of nowhere, Nevada. Specifically, I'm just outside the perimeter of Area 51 near the town of Rachel, which, if you're into Area 51 stuff, should be familiar to you as the home of the Little Alien, that awesome little bar and restaurant where they had the Alien Stock Festival last year. Anyway, Rachel, Nevada also has a really cool town website that if you go on there, they have one page that just lists all the interesting attractions in the area that you can go check out. And one of the attractions is this old abandoned ranch right outside the perimeter of Area 51. Now, there's two ways to get to this ranch. One is this nice paved road that I'm standing in the middle of. And if you take this, it leads right back out to the extraterrestrial highway near Rachel. But there's a back road, which I took, which is 34 miles of dirt, very well graded, not bumpy, pretty good road, and it saved me some time the direction I was coming. So I came in the back way. No one knows I'm here. Actually, I think something like 3 or 4 cars have passed on this lonely little road since I've been sitting here. Well, I'll be honest, I sat in my car for a while when I got here because I wanted to put on some makeup. I wanted to look nice for you guys. But anyways, I just find the story of this ranch really sad. According to the Rachel website, this ranch is still privately owned, and the family who owns it, they still do, I think, ranch in the area, big cattle ranching family. But this place, well, they abandoned it. Now, why abandon a perfectly good ranch? Well, it looks like they had some pretty sizable cottonwood trees growing here, but they're all dead. So something apparently caused the water to dry up here, and gee, I don't know what it could have been. I mean, I've read some different speculation online. You know, could be from radiation, could be from all the UFOs, the aliens coming down, killing all their cows. Who knows why they abandoned this ranch? All I know is it's super creepy, and it'll be a really fun place to poke around. And maybe we'll find some clues as to why it was abandoned. Okay, well, I guess I'm just going to start poking around. I mean, we've got a sizable property here to cover. There's some kind of corral there, little outbuilding there, some kind of dugout bunker there, and the main house there, plus a few other odds and ends. So let's start looking. Okay, now the first thing I come upon is a campfire remnant. Apparently this is a popular place for people to hang out and have a few brewskis, which, can you really blame them? I mean, what better place to have a few brewskis than an abandoned ranch outside a secret government base? Okay, well, let's start off over here on the left and make our way over. Gosh, what a beautiful day to be out here doing this. I mean, it's mid-March. I think it's March 12th, and it's about 60 degrees, sunny, beautiful, nice. The rest of the world is freaking out about coronavirus right now. We're in the middle of the coronavirus, or some would say we're in the early stages of the coronavirus pandemic. But I'm out here in the middle of nowhere where there's no crowds, no people, and no viruses, so I ain't worried about it. Okay, so this looks like it's the ruins of their old corral, where they used to keep all the cattle when they weren't out on the range, I guess. Maybe they had other animals too. A collapsed outbuilding. Unfortunately, that one didn't stand up to these crazy desert winds. It gets real windy out here on this plain. I mean, let's just stop for a minute and imagine what this place looked like when it was up and running. I mean, it's sort of sheltered from the winds by this little hill. Real cute little farmhouse, little barn or outbuilding, and then a big shade tree in the front yard, more trees back there, right on this little road going into town. I mean, it must have been absolutely beautiful. Makes it even doubly sad to see it in this condition. You know, right now it kind of looks like one of those old photographs of the Dust Bowl in Oklahoma. Whew. But that right there behind me, that's Area 51. Now, when I say Area 51, I don't know where the parameters of Area 51 are. That's part of the off-limits government base, okay? So Area 51 might technically be a little bit farther south. I'm not sure about that. All I know is last night I camped on the other side of those mountains back there at a ghost town that was right up against the fence line of area of the Nevada Test and Training Range, or whatever it's actually called, National Security Site. I don't know. You can watch that video and see there's actually a sign there, but There's all kind of stuff around the perimeter. It's a huge base. So they say no photography, but I mean, come on. I'm out here photographing this ranch. They can't expect me not to get their property in the background. And it's not like you can see anything anyways. All right, apologies. I know we're walking right into the sun, but figured we might as well go in and check out the farmhouse. See if we can figure out what happened here, why these people left. Meanwhile, this ranching family is still alive and well, so they could probably just tell us why they left. You know, maybe their well went dry from natural causes. You know, maybe they just got tired of living here. Maybe the cattle were just getting spooked by all the supersonic booms coming from Area 51. Could it be a totally boring explanation like that? But I don't know. I think it's more fun to imagine that they left because of fallout, acid rain, or aliens. Anyway, here's the farmhouse. Look at this front porch. Was pretty nice back in its day. You can see here that it wasn't a very big farmhouse. There's one window, door, and one window. So only a few rooms. Let's go inside. Oh my gosh. Yikes, the ceiling is collapsing. We're going to have to be careful. Woo-wee. Well, it had a nice wood floor at one time. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'm just going to back up into this door right here. This was obviously the kitchen. You can tell that by the stove there. And the kitchen ceiling falling into it. Well, I don't know what was for dinner. But it's long gone now. Youngstown Kitchens by Mullins. Oh, wow. So this was like a really nice kitchen at one time. And then it looks like, I guess they had a wood-burning stove in there made out of a 55-gallon oil drum, which is weird if they have this like fancy kitchen set to have like this old crusty stove. But okay, whatever. And then, oh my gosh, there was that looks like where they kept all their fancy dishes in China. Oh, that's nice. Like, what do you call that? A hutch or a sideboard? Not sure. Look, we can actually look up inside the ceiling, guys, because the panels are collapsing. Let's like reach our camera right up in there. Gross. Nothing up there. No coronavirus, but probably plenty of hantavirus. Okay, there's a lot of graffiti on the walls in here. Guess I might as well not ignore it. Looks like Curtis was here in 87 from Detroit. Somebody was out here in July of 77. Wow. And then when we were back here by the stove, I saw something kind of interesting. Let's see. Gotta be real careful because look, there's all kind of sand and junk piled up on the floor here. Oh, look. Oh, it's just the heater instructions. It tells you how to start the, well, I don't know which heater. I don't think they mean this 55-gallon drum. Maybe there used to be a different heater here. Wow. I love how they wrote the directions on the wall. Oh, look, here's a guy who was here in 2015. Russ Graves. Not too long ago. This one says 1954, but I can't imagine that that's right. I mean, I don't know how long this place has been abandoned, but I didn't think it was that long. Maybe so, though. I mean, that is a pretty old stove. Okay, so that's obviously the main room, the kitchen. And then we have two doors leading out of the kitchen. One straight back here, and then one off to the right. Let's go straight back first. I'm guessing this must have gone back to the bedroom or something. Bedrooms. Oh, it looks like it just went back to one little room. And yeah, I'd guess it was a bedroom. I mean, it's so totally collapsed now that you can't see anything. But you can kind of see up through the ceiling. You can sort of see there was a sort of an attic, or at least an attic crawl space that, well, it looks like it's still in pretty decent shape. Huh. But yeah, we can't even really get in here. Oh, look at this old box. It's from the French Bakery and Macaroni Factory in Reno, Nevada. Wow, that's cool. I guess we're not that far from Reno. We're sort of halfway between Vegas and Reno, you know? AKA my favorite place. Oh, hey, look, this is like, I think this was a closet. This was the bedroom closet. There's even a light switch next to it, so they did have electricity out here. Little tiny closet, not what you'd call a walk-in. But back then, people didn't have as many clothes, you know? And look at it, it doesn't even have a closet rod. It just has nails driven into the back wall where you hung your stuff. Well, why not? That's cool. Okay, so this back room was pretty definitely a bedroom, I'd say. Off to the right, this didn't used to be open air. This was a wall back then, but it's fallen apart in the intervening years since the place has been abandoned. Oh, here's another box. What does this say? Oh, I gotta be careful. I just stepped right on a rusty nail. I'm wearing boots, but guess what? It went right through the sole of my boot. Yikers. I caught it before it went all the way through, but I guess I'm not really wearing the best footwear to be doing this. I'm going to really be careful where I step. Okay, well now we'll go into this other room that was off to our right when we first came in. And this looks like it was probably a bedroom as well, I guess. Had a really nice window. This must have been the master bedroom. And, well, it too is totally collapsed and has a big open air side that wasn't like that back in the day. Oh, it looks like it had a closet too. You can see. Same like in the other room. A little shallow closet with nails hanging on the back. Only this one, being the master suite, it does have a small clothes rod off to one side. Wow. So yeah, I'm going to guess this was the master bedroom and that other one was like the kids' room. That's how these houses were back in the day. You know, it wasn't like today where it's like a friggin' McMansion where there's like a... Oh, wait, listen. I feel like I hear a jet flying by somewhere, but gosh, who knows where it is. Thought I might catch it on film for you guys. Guess not. I hope you boys are having fun up there, burning up my tax dollars. Anyways, I was just ranting about how big houses are nowadays, when back in the good old days, all you needed was one big central gathering room, like the kitchen/family room. That was their living room. That's where everybody hung out. And then a bedroom for the kids and a bedroom for the parents. And then I'm assuming I guess there must have been an outhouse. Which is interesting because this house was wired for electricity. You think they would have had indoor plumbing. But I didn't see anything that looked like it might have been an outhouse. Or a bathroom, so gosh, I don't know. Anyways, there was some kind of interesting graffiti in here I thought I would look at. Like this right here. This strategic beer command. And then this guy here, clockwork stab, stab, stab. Yikes. These guys, I have definitely seen their graffiti before. I think I was exploring an abandoned mine in this area and I saw something they drew on the wall there. And I feel like I might have even seen their stuff way up north at this other ghost town that I explored. I think it was at Seven Troughs. Anyways, if you guys are watching this, I salute you and your mission. Okay, so now we still have this other outbuilding here. And then there's like a corral a little bit farther over there. But first, let's go into this. Well, this is really interesting. It's like a dugout bunker. Maybe this is where the outhouse was. Yikes. Oh, look at this rusty old bed spring. Woo. Okay, let's go in. Oh gosh, they're both so tempting. Oh, that looks like a garage, actually. But let's go in door number 1. What could be in here? Wow, look at the friggin' doorway. Look how thick these walls are. So solid. Look at this. May 1941, and I believe it. Holy cannoli, you guys. Oh, wow, look. These were old fruit crates. Del Monte. Look inside here. This is amazing. First of all, it's freezing cold. It's very well insulated. The friggin' ceiling is just made out of totally rough-hewn logs that haven't even had the bark stripped off them. So there's strips of bark hanging down like creepy Spanish moss, sort of. And then there's this one tree trunk basically in the middle holding up this support crossbeam. And then for some reason somebody hung a crushed tin can from the top, which is kind of creepy. Huh, but it's like a solid stone walls. Look at this. These walls are just solid stone, probably locally quarried, and packed with mud in between, the old-fashioned way. And then the other wall is just lined with shelving. So this is definitely like where they would have kept all their food. You know, folks didn't have refrigeration back then so much. But gosh, it's so cold in here. Who needs a refrigerator? I bet it's even cold in here in the summertime, you know? Let's see, the door looks pretty thick too. Not super thick. Couple inches. Oh, and then there's this old, well, I don't know if you can see, old burlap sack hanging on the back of the door. Wow. Okay, wow. That was the root cellar. Makes sense. So we had the house with 2 bedrooms and a living room and a kitchen. A root cellar. I'm guessing this was the garage. Looks like a 2-car garage. Before I go in the garage though, let me just, this is such a surreal scene. You hear this jet flying around overhead. You see this old-timey looking bunker out of 1845. And then these cows sort of standing placidly laying in this field. While there's this billion-dollar war machine scooting around in the sky overhead. Weird. Okay, let's check out inside the garage. Whew, it is busted. But I mean, I don't know, isn't that what that looks like it was? There's no shelves on the walls or anything like, you know, most garages, people keep all their tools and stuff out there. But there are hinges on the side, like there were 2 big doors here at one time. So whether it was a garage for vehicles or just some kind of storage thing, maybe they kept their tractor in it, who knows? But it's got those same stone walls packed with mud and that same kind of, well, the ceiling is actually a little fancier in here. It's not, there's no weird creepy bark strips hanging down, or not very many anyways. Looks like there was some kind of old cot, a bed in here or something at one time. Or maybe this is where the husband would go sleep when he was mad at the wife. I'm going out to the man cave. See you later. All right, moving along from the garage. There's the government base. There's the cows just hanging out staring at me. It's getting chilly, man. There's some weather moving in. Woo-wee, yikes. Okay, let's go check out this barn or outbuilding. I mean, we still haven't found where the bathroom or outhouse was, so maybe this was a freestanding bathroom. Maybe they had a really fancy spa bathroom. Well, this looks like similar construction to the house. I mean, you can see the house there in the background. It's kind of like a clapboard facing. This place here is just a, oh, maybe it's not an outbuilding. Maybe it's a separate house. Maybe this is where the ranch hands lived. Or there was another family here, huh? Let's find out. I can't find the door to get in. Dang. I must have walked past it on the first side. Weird. And look how it's like set up on, not really a foundation. Well, sort of a foundation. It almost looks like it was jacked up and set there. Interesting. Oh, wow, what's this? All burned up. Oh, it's got a Ford emblem on it. Isn't that what that says? What is this? You guys, you car guys, one of you will know. It looks like wood. And, gosh, I don't know. Interesting. Oh, here's the door. Dang it, it was right in front of me all along. It's all boarded up. But look it's got a big enough hole in the bottom for Hannibal and all of his elephants to get through. Okay, oh, so look, it was a 1-room cabin with another one of those nice wood-burning 55-gallon drum stoves. Really nice wood floor. Few windows. Each wall had a window. The walls are pretty nice, look at that. And the ceiling is still solid. But, oh golly, will you look at that friggin' mattress. Ew, gross. I don't even want to go in here. I mean, I could climb through this hole in the door. But do I want to? No. Like I said, I'm out here out of the way of coronavirus. The last thing I want to do is get hantavirus. Whew, it's even worse. Or just as bad, or... oh gosh, I don't know. Oh, hey, look, this is kind of cool. Now, this cabin must be real old because it looks like they plugged up the knot holes in the wood. You know how, like, sometimes there's a knot where there was a branch growing out of it? Well, I guess sometimes that wears away and becomes a hole. So they they nailed all these little round and square metal can lids over them to keep out the wind. Look at that. Looks like a sardine can lid, and those are probably Copenhagen can lids. But hey, oh, looks like they need somebody used a BB gun on that one. Need to put a new one there. Oh, wow, that's ingenuity, actually. That's pretty cool. All right, well, there's only one more thing to check out at this creepy old abandoned ranch, and that's this corral over yonder. Oh, wow, look, this was actually a really nice corral because it's got a huge pond in the middle of it. Apparently they had a good water source here, some kind of spring. And you can even see here, they had some kind of pipe attached to it, so maybe that ran to the house at one time or something. Huh, well, I never did see any signs of plumbing in or around that house. There was that collapsed building off to the left of the main house. Maybe that's where the outhouse was. Gosh, interesting. Anywho, there's really not much to see here. Just a corral and a pond. Place for the cows to hang out in the shade. I don't know if these trees are dead or if they just haven't budded yet. Oh, it looks like they're about to bud. So they're not dead. They'll leaf again here in a few weeks. And come summertime, this place will be awesome. Can you imagine, like, now looking at it from a distance, leafy green trees in the front yard, kids playing, little animals running around the yard and the corral there. Oh man, it was probably just an awesome place to live until you had to go to the bathroom. then you were kind of on your own. No, I'm just kidding. I know there must have been an outhouse. I don't know why I'm obsessed with that stuff, but hey, it's part of life, man. Here's some of those infamous Area 51 cows you always read about that they find at the side of the highway with their throats slit with surgical precision by aliens. Or so they say anyway. That's what I hear tell. Well, anyway, I guess that's really all there is to this lonely little abandoned ranch. So, I don't know. What's your theory? My theory is, I mean, I'm pretty sure this same family still owns a bunch of property in the area and still has a successful operation. So they moved on to something bigger. It probably became bothersome being right here next to the base with these planes flying overhead and spooking the animals. And maybe there came to be a lot of traffic on this road. And they just decided to leave. And the reason it looks so dead right now is A, the trees haven't started leafing out yet. And B, well, they disconnected that pipe from the spring, which maybe back when they lived here, they used to irrigate the grounds. So there was like plants and flowers and stuff. Probably looked a lot better back then. But boy, howdy, it really does look post-apocalyptic nowadays, doesn't it? Oh, look, there goes one of them black Jeeps. Oh, look, here comes another truck. Man, there's more traffic on this road coming out of that friggin' government base. I wonder what they're doing. Maybe they're transporting samples of coronavirus. Just kidding. I'm not one of them who believes it was a bioterrorism experiment gone bad. I just think it's the flu. Anywho, I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, yeah, well, this does look creepy and post-apocalyptic, or sadly evocative of the Dust Bowl, and for that matter, the current ongoing water issues here in the West. So even without having to make up some crazy outlandish story about aliens and nuclear fallout, well, it's a pretty sobering place for realistic reasons. But I enjoyed exploring it, and I hope you did too. I'm going to get in my rig now and head on down the road. There's a ton of interesting stuff in this area that I've been on a solo road trip by myself for a few days. Today's Thursday. I left Vegas on Monday. So I'm planning to spend probably one more night out here in the field, and I got a couple of humdingers planned for later this afternoon. So I better get going. See ya next time.